I wanted to make a quick video clarifying some points about my methodology and my thought process for identifying trades. And I also want to thank you guys for the support, those of you who comment. I know several of you have asked me to make this video, so this one's for you. Yeah, and I've been having some success of late. Obviously, I'm still a beginner trader, so like this isn't the end all be all. Like this isn't necessarily the best strategy in the world, but it's something that's been working for me. I'm up 150% on the month, and something really cool happened today. I clicked on a YouTube video of a trader by the name of Nick Sean. I had never watched his content before, but this kind of stuck out to me. This boring trading strategy made me millions. And he posted it today, and it's essentially my strategy. And like I said, I didn't necessarily get it from him, but I believe a lot of traders are using a similar methodology and way of viewing the markets. Now, Nick has been trading for over a decade, and his trading size he's risking 50,000 a trade. And so he's already at that point where he's making $1 to $2 million per year doing this. So if you want someone more knowledgeable and more articulate about this sort of thing, then I definitely recommend you check out this video. And it's like 47 minutes long, but really you just have to kind of watch the first 10 minutes, and I'm going to try to explain it the way I view things, but it's very similar. So like the foundation of what's in my head is ICC, so indication, correction, and continuation. But also when it comes to identifying the setups and trades that I've been taking, essentially what I'm doing is I'm selling at resistance and buying at support. And so this channel that you see on the screen right here from January 12th to that big breakout that occurred on that Sunday, the 18th, is kind of a good illustration of what this would look like. And so I was buying all along this support line. And as we were hitting this resistance, I was just selling. And so like as far as the ICC comes into play, I'll show you like how I've been thinking about it. So we're looking at a 4-hour chart right now. So it's important to look at that, the higher levels, in order to get the impression of what the trend is, or even if the asset is trending. And so you can see gold has been going parabolic since early January, really. But if you look at this, like Sunday on the 21st, this was the indication. And the correction took place the last week of December, and it concluded about Friday on the 2nd. And so indication, correction, and we've been in continuation since. Like as far as the 4-hour time frame concerns, we've been in continuation since. Obviously, there's been some ebb and flows, and when you drop down to the 15-minute, the 5-minute, the 1-minute, you're obviously going to see a more choppy picture of gold. But on the higher time frame, gold has been ripping since the 2nd of January, essentially, the 4th of January. So I've just been buying pullbacks for gold, and like I said, I've been doing well. And that gold trade that I had opened today, I actually, because it continued to rip and it ripped past $2,000 in profit, so I did close it. And I closed the natural gas too. So like made like $2,400 tonight, which is ridiculous. It's I'm very close to where I want to be as far as like my development and like where I'm at as far as like knowledge of my methodology and like discipline. I don't feel like I'm far off. I think at some point this year I'll be at a point where I'm making $3,000 to $5,000 a week consistently. I just need a little bit more capital in my brokerage account, so I'll be adding when I can. But like I'm done with the corporate rat race thing. Like I just can't do that much longer. I'm putting up with it because I have responsibilities, but I want to push really hard. I've been reading books, I've been watching YouTube hours a day. I've been putting in the screen time on the charts, and it's just time. So many traders have been inspiring me online. People that knew when they were 16, it's like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do a job. I'm going to be a trader. And they just, they put in the effort and now they're at a good place. And so I think a lot of us could do the same. So that's essentially what I'm trying to accomplish. And let's drop back down to the 15 again. And so, yeah, like this is a good example of it. Like when it was ranging. And so I wasn't catching big moves or anything, but I call it the bouncing ball method. Nick calls it the boring method. But notice how there's not a lot of indicators. We're not talking about necessarily liquidity grabs or order blocks. It's a very simple strategy. It's worked for me. It's worked for Nick. And we're two traders that are at different phases of our journey. Like he's made it. Like he's been trading for a year and he's making millions, so he's good. I'm trying to get to that point in a few years or whatever it is. I don't know. I really can't imagine making 2 million a year doing it, but that's what I've been doing since we're like I think the main thing is not to fight the trend. Gold is ripping right now. Now, I know a lot of people are expecting a pullback, and I believe there'll be a pullback of gold at some point. But also, I believe the fundamentals are very different than they were in the early 1980s and around 2010 when there was that other big pullback. Sometime in the middle 2010s, there was another aggressive pullback from gold. Like, there are just things that are fundamentally different. The debt level, the national debt of the United States was not as large back then. I think it was 30% of GDP. Now it's over 100% of GDP. And so we were able to raise interest rates to near 20%. Like if we did that today, we'd destroy civilization. Like there are just things, and they had tools in their toolbox to make fiat more attractive, and we don't necessarily have those tools anymore. So I think it's more probable that what we're witnessing right now, and I'm no economist or anything, but it's a fundamental shift in currency and in the monetary system. Like I think we're kind of living through that change. I think there'll be a lot more use of stable coins and but like I don't see like gold crashing down to 2000. I think that's wishful thinking for people who miss the move. Like they're just hoping it crashes to 2000 so they could come like buy it. Um, Personally, I don't know. I think it'll dip a little bit, but I don't think it's coming back down to 2000 or anything. I know if it dropped anywhere near 4500, I'd be putting every dollar I had in it. I have like a retirement account. I mean, I'll throw like untold thousands in the gold ETF in my retirement account if it dipped aggressively. So, like, what else are you going to put your money in? You going to put your money in crypto right now? Like, are you going to hold cash? Is an option too. That way you could come in, but yeah, I just I'll conclude the video here. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I could always clarify things there, but thanks again for the support. Thanks again for the comments and the subscribing and liking the videos. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining me on this journey.